Hello, I'm on my porch here in Westwood. You can hear the birds. Hopefully the lawn people will stay far away while I do this. I had to put my dog upstairs because I couldn't trust that she wouldn't freak out barking and stuff. So I am coming live today because my neck has been killing me for a couple weeks now, and I figured I should share some of my massage wisdom with you guys, since I was working on myself this morning at 5 because my neck pain woke me up. And these days I've been sleeping till like 8, so it's a little bit earlier than it has been. But I got up early the other day because I wanted to exercise. Like, I need to run. Like, my body's just sore and feeling weak and just like all messed up because I haven't been exercising. So I woke up early yesterday and the day before to move my body early, but today was way early, and it was because I was hurting so much. So I was painting my porch, the posts right over there, a couple weeks ago, and it wrenched my neck, which makes sense. Like, that happens, you know, no big deal. And then it kind of never went away. And I'm like, what is happening? And like, my muscles here are hurting, and like my back and shoulders are hurting, and it's just a mess. And I realized I get massage like every 3 weeks, like in normal life. And obviously that hasn't happened. And my husband does a good job, but I need really detailed, like tiny work in the neck. And to work on the neck is such, you have to have skill. And yeah, hey Sam. Yeah, I know you feel my pain. So I'm hoping the background noise isn't too loud. I think mostly it's pleasant with the wind chimes and the birds. But anyway, so he can't do the kind of work that I need, you know, and I don't prefer self massage, but you do what you got to do. So I woke up at 5 and I'm working on myself and doing all these moves, and I was like, I totally got to do a Facebook Live about this. Like it or not, I have to do it because I got to, you know, share my wisdom. So I made like a whole list of things I wanted to make sure I touched on and talked about. So I had that in front of me. So yeah, so the best way to do it would be to be laying down. So I'm looking at the guy mowing his lawn. Like, I hope it doesn't get louder. So laying down, you have gravity on your side, so you can, and I'm not going to prop up my camera and lay down, but you have gravity on your side, so the weight of your body can go into your hands. So like, I was really crunching in here and just doing a big knead, you know, and you'll find the knots because they're just like big balls. And when you locate the knot, a good thing to do is to, hey Kristen, a good thing to do is to kind of stab it right in the center. So you kind of, it'll be like wiggly. So you kind of be like all over because it'll slip off and it'll slip off. And then you find the center of it and you kind of just, it gets a little denser in that middle, and you just kind of like anchor in and hold it down. So you're holding down that, that center point of the knot, and it might pulse. It might have like a little heartbeat kind of thing happen. It might get hot. You might feel like heat releasing from it. So as you're holding it, just stick with it until the pulsing subsides, until the heat kind of dissipates. So that's like the one thing. And doing it, of course, sucks because, you know, you're contorting your body just to work on your body. Oh my God, the mower is getting closer. I just didn't want to make my family be like creeping around me because everyone wanted to like come through the living room right now. So I hate lawn machines so much. So you're stabbing into your, you know, into your shoulders, pulling and kneading. Yeah, thank you, Debbie. I do love the nature. I thought this was a pretty shot. I'm sitting on a little step stool. Like, if the mailman comes, I'll be like, hey. But yeah, so that's one thing, just kneading and stabbing and poking and holding. So you want to like hold it for a while. And so reaching across, and sometimes I'll even like push my elbow with my other hand just to reach deeper. So you can do that too, you know, and you just kind of, I'm just like stabbing around in here. Then you could also picture, truck goes by. You could also picture like the pincher grasp. So you're like the traps. This is like a mess. So I'm like holding this, and it's like a big fat pinch. So you got the big fat pinch, and just picture an energy line connecting the two. from pointer to thumb. Like just pretend there's a line of energy going, because there is. And that's how we visualize and create. So I'm so sorry about that damn mower, oh my God. So just connect those two lines, connect those two pieces with the line. So, and as you do that, just kind of picture it like breaking up the energy as it's coursing through. So you could just do those grab and holds and picture these energy going. What else do I have in my notes? Oh, to turn into it. So like you'll be here and then just kind of like, you know, go slow. And sometimes you'll find like just like that sweet spot. So as you like do this range of motion and just kind of let your fingers stay stationary, and then you're moving into it. And that's another thing you can do with when you're working on somebody else, where you hold a spot and have them move and turn. I do that with my husband a lot, and he'll like lean in. Okay, good. Thank you, Corinne, about the mower. I wasn't sure. Oh, now it stopped. Yay. Oh, he started again. So leaning up and leaning down. So yeah, all that stuff. And then another, now somebody's cutting something. You could also picture the energy spiraling out of the area that you're pinching into and holding on to. So you're like here, and just seeing the energy spiral out, and just let it dissipate. And when I was doing this at 5 in the morning, laying in bed, like I said, laying down is best because you have gravity on your side. Like the weight of your body is what's pushing your fingers into your back instead of it just being like forced. That's why I hate giving chair massage, because chair massage just relies on me and my grab when on the massage table. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Thank you, Kristen, for the reassurance. So when when the client's on the table, gravity's working with me, so I'm pulling up the back of the neck and the shoulder. You can feel how good that feels, just imagining how good that feels to remember what a massage is like. So pulling up the back and the shoulders and the neck, their body is doing the work. I'm just kind of pulling along. So when you're laying down in bed, that's why I say like that's the best. The other thing that's trickier to do is it's called the SCM, sternocleidomastoid, but it's basically, this is the mastoid, the jaw area, and then the sternum is, you know, the heart bone, covers the heart, and then the clavicles. So there's like, this muscle has like it runs up the neck, and then it has like two branches, like one connects to the sternum, one connects to the clavicle. So like I encourage you to look up anatomy, so at least you know what you're doing when you're tuning in and trying to work on these muscles. It really does help. So this area, after I was done working this and I was holding it and I was getting so much heat, and there was just heat emanating so much from the spots that I was working on, and I really felt like it was so promising, like I'm really gonna feel better now, and I still don't feel great, but it helped at the moment. But after I did all that in the back and the traps, it was still like locked up, and I was like, oh, I think it's in the front. And because it's like, because we're, you know, on our phones and on the computer all day, so all of that forward hunch is stressing out the front of the neck muscles. So you have the SCM that works on a diagonal, like, can I make mine stick out? But basically this is it, and it's gross. And when I first learned it in massage school, like, it skeeved me out, because I was like, oh, I don't want to be like grabbing people's necks. But you can see that that's it. So it goes like down. So if you can, it's like a fat noodle. It's slippery and it can be tender. So you got to be gentle. Like, I wouldn't recommend doing this to other people unless you're in massage school and you have a lot of guidance. But when you're practicing on yourself, you can control it. So as you turn your neck and stuff, you'll be able to find it. So I just kind of ride the muscle down by pinching it. And when I got down to where the attachment is, like in massage school and talking about muscles, they say the origin and the insertion. So I'm pretty sure the origin's here and the insertion would be down here. And I got to this part here, and it was like, it's also an acupuncture point, but it was so tender. So I was like working on that. So whether or not you know about acupuncture, thank you, Barbara. Barbara says good information. You're welcome. Happy to help. But so the acupuncture points, even if you're not that familiar with acupuncture, there's almost like little nooks where the fingers will land. And when they find the right spot, they kind of like they kind of just insert. And then if you hang out there, you might feel like a little energy shuffle or release. Of course, I know not everybody is that sensitive to energy, but you may surprise yourself by finding them. So I forget the name of this point. I don't know acupuncture meridians that well to know the names of them all, but there's definitely a point here. So that combined with the muscle insertion, it was like some stuff was going on there. So, and I won't do it simultaneously because you really can't, like it's too tight, it would be like too tight to do that at once. But, you know, I would alternate like this as a way to kind of knead my way down. And that was really kind of, it still feels good. My left side's more screwed up because I kind of sit at my desk like hiked up on the one side, and I sit on the couch and I lean like this a lot on the one side of the couch. So I'm definitely crooked. Another thing you can do would be, okay, Kristen, I'll take your word for it. Sounds good to me. I really don't know, kidney 27 maybe, but I don't even remember which are what, like, it's something I haven't mastered. But what else? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, just other tools you can do to help. Like right after I hurt my neck with the I was so productive and so proud of myself for painting, and like, look at me, I'm accomplishing things, I'm a good homeowner, and then I like couldn't move my neck for like a couple days. It didn't even hurt when I was doing it. That's what's so annoying about that. But so I used arnica gel, and I don't even know if this is a good brand or not, but it's doable. You can get this at, it's not like you have to go to some special store for it. Like they had this at, you know, like the regular grocery store. And it's a homeopathic type of a thing. It comes from a plant, and it's got mixed with alcohol or something. I don't know, but it feels good and it relieves pain. So that works. I dug this out from my basement today because I was like, oh my God, like when I was first married, it was like, or when I was first in massage school, these were very trendy. It was like 2000, 2002, and you would see them everywhere, like at the malls and stuff. Like people would sell these things, and they're basically like rice and lavender seeds. Maybe they're flaxseed in there too. They have a smell to them, and then you could microwave them. You could also make them cold, but so I just microwaved it a little bit ago, and for like 3 minutes, and it just felt so good, like on my neck, just like. So I'm like, I gotta like do this stuff, you know. It's crooked. I'm looking not in the mirror. But anyway, so like I'm like, this helps just have the heat to kind of move it, and then like the foam roller, which I don't have in front of me, but if you're into fitness, you know what a foam roller is. Basically, it looks like a bolster, but it's very dense. So you can lay on it and have it be parallel to your spine, and you just kind of like roll across it real slow, or you can have it perpendicular to your spine and kind of roll up and down on the tops of your shoulders and your neck, and that really helps break things up. It's like a slow massage. It's kind of like a deep tissue approach. My son is using it as a footrest at his desk right now, but I need to yank it out and work on me with that, because that really helps too. My husband will also lean on the edge of the wall, like between the two rooms, and he's just like massages his neck and shoulders into that, like just the spinalis muscles right next to the spine. So, you know, sometimes we're like bears leaning on stuff to try and work ourselves out. Oh, and the other tip was the heart bench, which is the yoga thing. So if you have yoga blocks, 2 foam blocks are, I don't know, look it up, because there's different ways you can do it, but one of them is parallel to your like sternum. It's like on your back, and the other is up and down. So you have like the one block is on like the side, and the other block is up high, and you lay on it, and it just opens your chest up, and it feels so good. I also have an exercise ball, like a yoga ball, and I'll just roll backwards on that sometimes to kind of open my chest up, because we're just so forward hunched all the time that, you know, we're screwing ourselves up. And then being trapped in our houses and like, you know, I don't know, I wasn't exercising enough. I just started exercising more intentionally. You know, I've been taking a million walks, but that's not the same as like pushing your body. So I did run yesterday and the day before, or today and the day before, and you know, did yoga afterwards, like, you know, more than just a few seconds. So I'm sure all those factors are why my neck is such a wreck. I don't think it's my pillow. I just think that something happens overnight where it gets really screwed up, and it sucks, because I'm such a massage snob that I make sure I get it all the time, and I haven't had it, and it just blows. So I was like, if I'm hurting, you guys are probably hurting too, so maybe this will help. But to reiterate, you know, just take big fat grabs and then stretch into it, stretch away from it, like, and you're not releasing that grab at all. Like I'm holding on tight. Like I wonder how many pounds of pressure this is. It's a lot. It hurts, but it feels good. So you just lean into it, do what you can, do stabby pokes. You know, your pointer and your middle finger are pretty strong, and then you just ride it up and find those knots and stab into them and just hold, stab and hold, stab and hold, and then the heat will release. You might feel pulsing, and it'll soften it up anyway. Nothing compares to getting a professional massage though. So I'm very sad about that. And I don't want to be giving massages with masks and air purifiers and who knows what, but until then, we gotta just deal with it on our own, or have your spouse or family member do it for you. My son is good. Both of them are good, but my younger son has got a really strong grip, and he'll just come behind me, and I'm like, keep doing that. So do the best you can, and I hope that it helps. So that's it. Enjoy your day. We'll see you later.